And remember, if you're on this side, when you exit the stage or enter the stage, we cut behind the first row of 3 chairs here so that we don't get in the way of the camera or the cords. So we'll have number 32 come over and sit in the end chair there. We will scoot in if we need to later on. But let's have a round of applause for Cruz Garcia from KC. Number 31 from KC, Millie Fernicus. 30 from KC, Caitlin Brown. 29, KC, Wyatt Davis. 28, KC, Trevor Perry. 27, KC, Hadley Garcia. 26, KC, Jamie Pritchett. 25, KC, Amber Perry. 24, KC, Tevin Cady. 23, Cloud Peak, Finn Johnson. 22, Cloud Peak, Weston DeCruz. 21, Cloud Peak, Kai Summers. 20, Clear Creek, Nathan Croft. 19, Clear Creek, Brooklyn Hurlbert. 18, Clear Creek, Grace Roscoff. 17, Cloud Peak, Franny Hicks. 16, Clear Creek, Madison Hart. 15, Clear Creek, Natalie Bellis. 14, Clear Creek, Katie Norskog. 13, Cloud Peak, Abby Rogers. 12, Cloud Peak, Jeffrey Valadez. 11, Cloud Peak, Kaylin Cotant. 10, Cloud Peak, Tyson Cheney. 9, Cloud Peak, Lainey Mader. 8, Cloud Peak, Finley Thong. 7, Clear Creek, Dalen Scott. 6, Clear Creek, Bianca Sullivan. 5, from KC and Buffalo, Preston Walker. 4, Clear Creek, Connor Ruby. 3, Clear Creek, Ty Danigen. 2, Clear Creek, Quinn Byram. And 1, from Clear Creek, Cedar Updike. Stellars, so good to have all of you here, and I think I'm going to switch to that mic so that I can talk to all of you. Guys, the fun is about to begin. You've made it through your school contests. You've made it through the written part of the contest. You are the best in Johnson County, each and every one of you. So let's have a round of applause for all of our contestants. Okay, now, for you on the stage, though I don't know why you'd want to do it, it would help someone out. Actually, they they can't see you. But for the audience to remember as well, it's important to be very quiet once the pronouncer, Mrs. Maxwell, is pronouncing a word. Audience, it's tempting to show approval or support through mouth spelling, head nods in agreement or disagreement, of letters to be shared, but try not to. It's very important that we maintain and allow it to just happen up on the stage. In competition spellers, after the pronouncer gives the word, the contestant must pronounce the word, spell the word, and then pronounce the word again. Contestants may require the pronouncer to repronounce the word, define it, identify the part of speech, use it in the sentence again, word origin. You may ask any questions you wish, but to speed up the process of the beat, the pronouncer is simply going to say the word, provide a definition, provide an example sentence, say the word again. Remember, spellers, you're in charge when you're up there. Don't feel rushed. Think it through, because if the wrong letter exits your mouth, you cannot take it back. You may pause mid-word to ask a question. You may pause mid-word to back up and start over, as long as you do not change the letters that you've already said. Do you understand? I hope so. That's the toughest one right there. All right. Contestants are eliminated from the contest after the first misspelled word. But if you hear the ding of the bell, could we have a demonstration? The dreaded ding. If you hear the ding of the bell, you have misspelled the word, but you do not exit the stage. You return to your seat and sit down. At the end of every round, we'll have those of you who have misspelled the word stand together and exit as a group. Any questions? Wonderful. Well, any questions from our judges? Mrs. Maxwell, are you ready?
Yeah.
Well, let's let the spelling begin.
Number 1, you'll be first. Clash. To conflict or disagree or be in opposition. Mom says the colors in Harry's pink, red, and orange outfit clash.
Clash. C-L-A-S-H. Clash.
Correct. Your word is feedback. Evaluative or corrective information communicated to the original source. Mr. Gray provided feedback to each student after his or her presentation. Feedback.
F-E-E-D-B-A-C-K. Feedback.
Correct. Forget. To be unable to think of or recall. Jeff said he would never forget his first airplane ride. Forget.
Forget. F-O-R-G-E-T. Forget.
Correct. Your word is swoop. To plunge suddenly or move in a sweeping arc. To dip. To veer. Jess watched the seagulls swoop and chase each other over the waves. Swoop.
Swoop. S-W-O-O-P. Swoop.
Correct. Greeting. A formal gesture of welcome. Charles, oh, whoops, I'm sorry. I waved to my friend in greed. Greed.
Greedy. G-R-E-E-T-I-N-G. Greedy.
Bandmates. Fellow members of a group of musicians organized for playing together. Margot and her bandmates played their new song at the school's talent show, Bandmates. Correct. Curly. Twisting or tending to twist into coils or ringlets. Sid piled her curly hair on top of her head. Curly.
Curly. C-U-R-L-Y. Curly.
Good job. Funky. Odd or quaint in appearance or feeling. Kate's favorite place to get breakfast is a funky little diner on the outskirts of town. Funky.
Funky. F-U-N-K-Y. Funky.
Correct. Blessings. Things conducive to happiness or welfare. When Dan started counting his blessings, he knew he was a very fortunate kid. Blessings.
Blessings. B-L-E-S-S-I-N-G-S. Blessings.
Correct. Sweat. Removed particles of dirt or other matter. Last night, Carl slept to the kitchen floor and did the dishes before heading to bed. Sweat.
Sweat. S-W-E-P-T. Sweat.
Correct. Fasting. The act of abstaining from food, especially for an unusual time. In her social studies class, Ryan learned that many religions encourage fasting at certain times of the year. Fasting.
F-A-S-T-I-N-G.
Correct. Frantic. Marked by fast and nervous, disordered, or anxiety-driven activity. Anthony made a frantic search through his backpack looking for his missing assignment. Frantic.
Frantic. F-R-A-N-T-I-C. Frantic.
Correct. Minute. A unit of time equal to the 60th part of an hour and containing 60 seconds. Maybelle believes she could have finished all the exam questions if she had had one more minute to work. Minute.
Minute. M-I-N-U-T.
Correct. Damaged. Did or caused loss or harm. Hurt or injured. The fender bender damaged Mari's car, but it was still safe to drive. Damaged.
Damaged.
D-A-M-A-G-E-D. Damaged. Correct. Trout. Mostly freshwater fishes that are regarded for their attractive colorations. Tammy caught a trout in the lake and fried it for dinner. Trout.
Trout. T-R-O-U-T. Trout.
Correct. Landline. A wire or pair of wires connecting one telegraph or telephone station with another. Jolie marveled that her grandparents still had a landline in addition to their mobile telephones. Landline. Correct. Sifting. Studying or examining carefully and extracting the good, essential, or desirable. Eddie is sifting his Pokemon cards to find all the water types, which are his favorites. Sifting.
Sifting.
Oh, stop.
We want to make sure you heard the word correctly, so listen to Mrs. Maxwell and then repeat it the way you hear her say it, and she'll decide whether you hear it correctly.
Sifting.
Sifting. S-I-F-T-I-N-G.
Tingle. To experience or feel a ringing, stinging, prickling, or thrilling sensation. Ellie felt her foot tingle and knew it had fallen asleep. Tingle.
Tingle. T-I-N-G-L-E. Tingle.
Correct. Everlasting. Continuing indefinitely or during a long period. Continuing forever. Due to climate change, the North Pole may no longer be a place of everlasting snow and ice.
Everlasting. E-V-E-R-L-A-S-T-I-N-G. Everlasting.
Correct. Discarded. Dropped, dismissed, let go, or got rid of as no longer useful, valuable, or pleasurable. Mother discarded the leftovers in the fridge that were growing mold. Discarded.
D-I-S-C-A-R-E-E-E. Discarded.
Correct. Spellbound. Held by or as if by a charm or incantation. Fascinated. Ella was spellbound as her aunt described her trip to Italy. Spellbound.
Spellbound. S-P-E-L-L-E-O-U-N-D. Spellbound.
Correct. Inkling. A faint or slight suggestion. A hint. Veronica and Esteban planned their prank so thoroughly that the victim didn't have the slightest inkling that there was a bucket of glitter hanging above her head. Inkling.
Inkling. I-N-K-L-I-N-G. Inkling.
Correct. Archers. Persons skilled in the use of bow and arrow. Longbow archers were crucial to Henry V's victory in the Battle of Agincourt. Archers.
Archers. A-R-C-H-E-R-S. A-R-S, arches.
Yeah, correct. Decide. To arrive at a choice or a solution. Jerry and Joni usually decide what dessert they want before they think about their entrees. Decide.
Decide. D-E-C-I-D. Decide.
Correct. Traditional. Following or conforming to a cultural feature as an attitude, belief, custom, institution, preserved or evolved from the past. Julian celebrates his heritage by wearing traditional clothing during the Basque Cultural Festival. Traditional.
Traditional. T-R-A-D-I-T-I-O-N-A-L. Traditional.
Correct. Adorable. Extremely charming or lovable. Delightful. Jamie and the dog had different opinions about whether it was adorable to put a sombrero on the dog. Adorable.
Adorable. A-D-O-R-A-B-L-E.
Adorable, correct, sorry. Constant. Something that does not vary or change in its relationship. Continual. No matter what else happens, there is one constant in Nora's house. Dog hair on every possible surface. Constant.
Constant. C-O-N-S-T-A-N-T. Constant.
Correct. Probably, without much doubt, with practical certainty, very likely. Michaela's mom checked her phone and said the bus would probably be there in a minute. Probably.
Probably. E-R-O-B-A-B-L-Y. Probably.
Correct. Beyond. Greater than the grasp or power of. Miss Morris makes sure to give her students work that is neither too easy nor beyond their abilities. Beyond.
Beyond. B-E-Y-O-N-D. Beyond.
Correct. Kneeling. Falling or resting on the joints in the middle part of the human leg. Grandma always needed a hand to stand up after kneeling. Kneeling.
Kneeling. N-E-E-L-I-N-G. Kneeling.
I'm sorry, it's incorrect. Bruise. An injury caused by a blow or collision that does not break the surface it injures. Benjamin banged his arm on the table, causing a large bruise. Bruise.
Bruise. B-R-U-I-S-E. Bruise.
Correct. Actually, in point of fact, in truth, used to imply that one would expect the fact to be opposite of what is stated. Everyone thought she was lying, but it turned out Maddie actually was related to the famous basketball player. Actually.
Actually. A C T U A L L Y. Actually.
Correct.
Let's hear it for the spellers for round one. And another round of applause for number 30. Kneeling is spelled Kneeling. It was just nerves, but thank you so much for participating. You may exit the stage.
Purchase. Something obtained for a price in money or its equivalent. Check this out, Micah said, showing off his latest purchase. Purchase.
Purchase. P-U-R-C-C-H-A-S-E.
Correct. Limbering. Making flexible or pliant. Loosening. Susie always made a point of limbering up before a long run. Limbering.
Limbering. L-I-M-B-E-R-I-N-G. Limbering.
Correct. Python, a large constricting snake. Marcelo feeds his pet python one frozen mouse each week. Python.
Python. P-Y-T-H-O-N. Python.
Correct. Tomorrow. On or for the day after today. Patrice intends to start reading her new book tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. T-O-M-M-O-R-O-W.
Sorry. Squinched. Contorted as the face, as a signal or as an involuntary sign, as in pain. Lucas squinched his face up as Mom pulled the splinter out of his foot. Squinched.
Squinch. S-Q-U-I-N-C-H-E-E. Squinch.
Correct. Wrestle. To contend by grappling with and striving to trip or throw down an opponent. Kayla and her brother often wrestle on the living room floor, even though their mother forbids them from doing it. Wrestle. Correct. Embrace. To clasp in the arms, usually as a gesture of affection. To hug. Joaquin cannot wait to embrace his wife when she arrives home from her lengthy business trip. Embrace.
Embrace. E-M-B-R-A-C-E. Embrace.
Correct. Ceiling, the overhead inside lining of a room. The ceiling of Danielle's room is covered with glow-in-the-dark stars. Ceiling.
Ceiling. C-I-E-L-I-N-G. Ceiling.
Innocent, free from legal guilt or fault. The jury found Cassidy innocent of the charge. Innocent.
Innocent. I-N-N-O-C-E-N-T. Innocent.
Correct. Container, a receptacle, as a box or jar, for packing or shipment of articles or goods. Juana's meal delivery shipment arrives packed in a specially lined container. Container.
C-O-N-T-I-N-R.
Sorry, incorrect. Overtly, publicly, openly, manifestly. The player's habit of overtly criticizing the referee ended up in getting him a hefty fine. Overtly.
O-V-E-R.
I'm sorry, incorrect. Oftentimes, not seldom, frequently. When the weather is nice, Maria oftentimes takes her book out to the hammock to read. Oftentimes.
Oftentimes. O-F-T-E-N-T-I-M-E-S. Oftentimes.
Correct. Economy, a system relating to or concerned with the production, distribution, and consumption of goods. One sign that an economy is doing well is a low unemployment rate. Economy.
Economy. E-C-O-N. O.
Correct. Reservation, an engaging in advance of some accommodation or service. Melissa and Matt called the restaurant ahead of time to ask about the reservation before heading out. Reservation.
Reservation. R-E-S-E-R-V-A-T-I-O-N. Reservation.
Correct. Temperature, degree of hotness or coldness. Oh, skip one. Oh, sorry, I did. Sorry. Benefited or benefited. To have been useful, helpful, or profitable to. Aided. The new outdoor meeting area benefited both the teachers and students at the school. Benefited.
Benefited. B-E-N-E-F-I-T-E-D.
Correct. Temperature, degree of hotness or coldness measured on a standard scale. In Washington, D.C., the average temperature ranges from about 30 degrees Fahrenheit in winter to about 86 degrees Fahrenheit in summer. Temperature. Correct. Peevish, marked by ill temper. The nurse showed great patience and forbearance toward his peevish patient.
Peevish. P-E-E-V-I-S-H. Peevish.
Correct. Door jamb. An upright piece forming the sides of an entranceway into a building or room. Hannah bumped her elbow against the door jamb while bringing in the laundry. Door jamb.
D-O-O-R-J-A-M-B.
Correct. Bovines. Ruminant mammals that include domestic cattle. It was easy for Michael to spot the lone horse in a field full of bovines. Bovines.
Bovines? B-O-V-I-N-E-S. Bovines?
Correct. Feisty. Having or showing a lively aggressiveness. Spunky. The feisty little terrier would play fetch for hours. Feisty.
Feisty. F-I-E-S-T-Y. Feisty.
Sorry, incorrect. Churned. Produced, proceeded with, or experienced violent motion or agitation. Winnie's stomach churned after eating 3 corn dogs and then going on the roller coaster. Churned.
Churn. C-H-U-R-N-E-D. Churn.
Correct. Configuration. Relative arrangement of parts. The botany students learn to identify the plants by the configuration of their leaves. Configuration.
Configuration. C-O-N-F-I-G-U-R-A-T-I-O-N. Configuration.
Correct. Provocation. Here, the act or process of stirring up or bringing about. Stimulation, incitement. Garrett's conversation with his teacher served as a provocation to further thoughts about his essay topic. Provocation.
Provocation. P-R-O-V-I-C-A-T-I-O-N. Provocation.
Sorry. Pomade. A fragrant, usually medicated ointment for the hair or scalp. Jeremy enjoyed the sweet fragrance of his favorite pomade. Pomade.
Pomade. P-O-M-A-D.
Correct. Crevices. Narrow openings of some depth caused especially by a split or cleavage. Narrow recess-like slits. As the statue had been outside for centuries, there were crevices in the marble. Crevices.
Crevices. C-R-E-V-I-S-E-S. Crevices.
I'm sorry, incorrect. Intubated. The introduction of a tube into a hollow organ to keep the latter open or restore its openness if obstructed. The patient had to be intubated to keep his airway open. Intubated.
Intubated. I-N-T-U-B-A-T-E-D. Intubated.
Correct. Seminary, an institution for the training of candidates for the priesthood or ministry. The pulpit committee's first choice for pastor is a young person who has just completed training at seminary. Seminary.
Seminary. C-E-M-A-N-A-R-Y.
Sorry. Batten, to fasten by means of a reinforcing strip. The crew will batten down the hatches if the waves grow higher. Batten.
Batten. B-A-T-T-E-N. Batten.
Correct. Inaudible. Incapable of being heard. Due to high winds on the day of filming, the dialogue in the footage is inaudible. Inaudible.
Inaudible. I-N-A-U-D-B-L-E. Inaudible.
Sorry, incorrect. Urchins, rude or disrespectful youngsters. The musical featured a chorus of urchins singing about life on the streets. Urchins.
Urchins. U-R-C-H-A-N-S. Urchins.
Sorry. Conifers, chiefly evergreen trees and shrubs that bear cones. Julio loved the conifers most in winter, when they were almost the only green in the landscape. Conifers.
Conifers. C-O-N-I-F-E-R-S. Conifers.
Correct.
Stellars, that concludes round 2. Congratulations to so many of you. And we have about 10 that'll be exiting the stage. When I call your name, please just stand and stay there for a second. After all 10 are standing, we will applaud you. And then Mrs. Johnson will take your numbers from you if you exit the stage that way. If you're on that side of the microphone, I will take your numbers from you if you exit the stage on this side, okay? So congratulations to all of you. So, will the following numbers please stand up? Number 4, number 8, number 10, 11, 20, 23, 25, 27, 31, and number 29. Let's have a round of applause for each other. Thank you. And you may exit the stage.
Kind of move to the middle if you can. Thanks. Come on up. Emigrate. To leave a place where one lives for life or residence elsewhere. Ash's family decided to emigrate from Nepal to America after a devastating earthquake destroyed their home. Emigrate.
Emigrate. E-M-I-G-R-A. Emigrate.
Sorry. Lurid. Highly colored, extravagant, gaudy, sensational. Rebecca's lurid shirt and plaid pants were a hit at the dance. Lurid.
Lurid. L-U-R-I-D. Lurid.
Correct. Forsooth. In truth, certainly. Forsooth, there were those who doubted the king's word, but none would dare do so openly. Forsooth.
Forsooth. F-O-R-S-O-O-T-H. Forsooth.
Correct. Chemotherapy. The administration of one or more drugs to destroy or inhibit the growth of malignant cells in the treatment of cancer. When Ellen was going through chemotherapy, her friends and family worked together to make sure she had lots of support at home. Chemotherapy.
Chemotherapy. C-E-M-O-T-H-E-R-A-P-Y. Chemotherapy.
Sorry. Blasphemous. Speaking or writing irrelevantly towards something considered sacred or held in high regard. Allison considers any criticism of the Bible to be blasphemous and refuses to tolerate it. Blasphemous. Blasphemous. I'm sorry. Roulette. A gambling game in which players bet on which numbered red or black compartment a small ball will come to rest in. Bonita spent her entire time on the riverboat playing roulette. Roulette.
Roulette. R-U-L-E-T-T-E. Roulette.
Sorry. Miffed. Put out. Offended. Hurt. Tansy was miffed that her friends went to the movie without her. Miffed.
Myth. M-Y-F-I.
Sorry. Quibble. To bicker or to raise objections. Everyone knows that Darla will quibble with whatever the teacher says. Quibble.
Quibble. Q-U-I-B-B-L-E. Quibble.
Correct. Threadbare. Having lost its freshness or bloom, lacking in novelty or interest, frayed or shabby, worn out. After 4 seasons, the show's plot lines were getting a little threadbare and repetitive. Threadbare.
Threadbare. C-H-R-E-D-A-B-E-A-R.
Correct. Involvement. The act or instance of drawing in as a participant. Mina's involvement with the animal rescue group became all-encompassing. Involvement.
Involvement. I-N-V-O-L-E-M-E-N-T. Involvement.
I'm sorry. Membrane. A thin, soft, pliable sheet or layer, especially of animal or vegetable origin. When dough is kneaded, gluten forms an elastic membrane that gives bread its chewiness. Membrane.
Membrane.
Impression. An especially marked influence or effect on feeling, sense, or mind. The actor made a strong impression during the audition. Impression. Correct. Yeah, when you come forward, if you can make sure that the judges can see you. Hi. Noticeably, in a manner capable of being observed. The water in the lake becomes noticeably colder just a few meters away from the shore. Noticeably.
Noticeably.
No, I'm sorry. Frigid. Markedly lacking heat or warmth, very cold. The mountain climbers wore extra layers of clothing to combat the frigid conditions. Frigid.
Frigid. F-R-I-G-I-D. Frigid.
Correct. Engagement. A mutual promise or contract for a future marriage. Betrothal. Shauna was thrilled at the news of her friend's engagement. Engagement.
Engagement.
Sorry. Restoration. Bringing back to or putting back into a former position or condition. Reinstatement, renewal, reestablishment. After the devastating fire, Melly knew that the restoration of her bakery could take a long time. Restoration.
Restoration. R-E-S-T-O-R-A-T-I-O-N. Restoration.
Extracted. The pulled out as something embedded or otherwise firmly fixed, forcibly or with great effort. The dentist said that the infected tooth could not be saved and would need to be extracted. Extracted.
Extracted. E-X-T-R-A-C-T-E-D. Extracted.
Can I see your number, please? Thank you. Correct. Irresponsible. Lacking a proper or adequate sense of moral, legal, or mental accountability. Mom said that Kelly was still too irresponsible to have such an expensive phone. Irresponsible.
Irresponsible.
Sorry. Descent. An inclination downward, an inclined or sloping surface. The roller coaster picked up incredible speed on the descent, then slowed as it rounded the bend. Descent.
Descent. D-E-S-C-E-N-T.
Correct. Clarified. Made clear or pure. Freed from unwanted solid matter. Allison clarified the butter by melting it, letting the pot simmer, skimming the solids from the top, and then pouring the remaining liquid through a cheesecloth. Clarified.
Clarified. C-L-E-R-I-F-I. Clarified.
Sorry. Tremendous. Astonishing by reason of extreme size, power, greatness, or excellence. Wendy raved that months of spelling bee preparation had left her with a tremendous vocabulary. Tremendous.
Tremendous. T-R-E-M-E-N-D-O-U-S. Tremendous.
Correct.
Nice job, spellers. That wraps up round 3. I'm going to confer with the judges, and then we will have those who misspelled exit the stage. Stay put just a second. Okay, well, the following spellers, please stand up. Number 1, 5, 6, 7, 9, 14, 15, 17, 19, 21, 24, and 28. Let's have a round of applause for these players.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and if you guys can jump in the time keyboard, what I can do is if you'll just place it here, but same.
Encounter. Encounter. To come upon face to face, to meet. Thea was pleased to encounter an old friend of his when he visited his hometown. Encounter.
Encounter. E-N-C-O-U-N-T-E-R. Encounter.
Correct. Appealed. Called upon or referred to another as a recognized authority for corroboration, vindication, or decision. When the teacher accused him of talking, Dorian appealed to the class to vouch for the fact that he hadn't made a sound. Appealed.
Appeal. A-P-P-E-A. L-E-D.
Correct. Neutrality. Refraining from taking part on either side of a contest or controversy. During the snowball fight, George maintained his neutrality by observing from the sidelines. Neutrality.
Neutrality. N-E-U-T-R-A-L-I-T-Y. Neutrality.
Correct. Perspective. Point of view. The physician tried to consider the proposed treatment from the patient's perspective. Perspective.
Perspective. P-E-R-S-P-E-C-T-I-V.
Correct. Significance. Import. Meaning. Bearing. It is the significance of a gift that is important, not how much it cost. Significance. Correct. Mediation. Intervention between conflicting parties or viewpoints to promote reconciliation, settlement, compromise, or understanding. Leah and Max agreed to go to mediation to settle their dispute instead of heading to court. Mediation.
Mediation. M-E-D-I-A-T-I-O-N.
Correct. Contemporary. Belonging to the same period of time. Advanced, modern, up to date. Nora's favorite gallery is filled with contemporary art and features local artists. Contemporary.
Contemporary. C-O-N-T-E-M-P-O-R-A-R-Y.
Communion. A sharing of thoughts or feelings, a religious or spiritual fellowship. Listening to the wind in trees on the mountaintop, Julian felt a moment of blissful communion with all of the living things around her. Communion.
Communion. C-O-M-M-U-N-I-O-N.
Correct. Separation. A point or line of division. The siblings would argue incessantly unless there was a clear line of separation between their spaces in the back seat. Separation.
Separation. S-E-E-R-A-T-I-O-N. Separation.
Sorry.
And that concludes round 4. Let's hear it for number 22.
Prevalent. Generally or widely accepted. Current, practiced, or favored. Widespread. Malaria is still a prevalent disease in tropical areas of the world. Prevalent.
Prevalent. P-R-E-V-E-L-E-N-T. Prevalent.
Apparent. Readily perceptible to the senses, especially sight. The skyline became apparent once the fog lifted. Apparent.
Apparent. A-P-P-A-R-E-N-T. Apparent.
Correct. Solidarity. An entire union of interests and responsibilities in a group. As president, Anna vowed to bring solidarity to the chess club. Solidarity.
Solidarity. S-O-L A-D R-Y. Solidarity.
Sorry. Militia. A citizen army who is answerable to call only in an emergency. Captain Weston's military career began when he entered his county's militia. Militia.
Militia.
I'm sorry. Reconvene. To assemble once more in a meeting. Julia announced that the club would reconvene after the break. Reconvene. Sorry. Query. The act or instance of asking for information, a request for information. Jackson's query regarded the bank's hours of operation on Saturdays. Query. Query.
Query. Q-U-E-R-Y. Query.
Correct. Purported. Suspected of being. Rumored. The purported spies were held in custody without being provided legal assistance. Purported.
Purported. P-E-R. Can you please repeat the word?
Purported.
And we start over.
Yes, you may.
Purported. P-E-R-P-O-R-E-E-D. Purported.
Sorry. Intermittent. Coming and going at intervals, not continuous. The weather forecast predicted intermittent rain throughout the day. Intermittent.
Intermittent. I-N-T-E-R-M-I-T-T-E-N-T.
Correct.
Okay. Hold tight just a minute, spellers, while I confer with the judges. Okay, congratulations to you five who misspelled. You did very, very well, making it 5 rounds in the spelling bee. Will these numbers stand up? 2, 12, 13, 16, and 22. Let's hear it for our spellers. And all of you will exit stage this way. Johnson, if you can get those from them, I'll talk about the final 3 so we can keep this show rolling. All right, now that we have 3 contestants remaining, I can guarantee you that the 3 of you will go to state. Last year things changed and more were able to, and I haven't heard back from them yet, but I can tell you that the 3 of you will be going to state, so that's exciting. Congratulations. Now it's going to be a battle to see who is the top speller. When the number is reduced to 2, we'll stop. I'll interrupt Mrs. Maxwell and explain to you the rules. But congratulations to these 3. They will be going to state.
Okay, sounds good. Contentious. Marked by an often perverse and wearisome tendency to quarrels and disputes. The members of the group were so contentious that Mr. Smith doubted any cooperative learning could take place. Contentious.
Contentious. C-O-N-T-E-N-T-I-O-U-S. Contentious.
Correct. Preemptive. Related to a first military strike made to gain an advantage when a strike by the enemy is believed imminent. The ability to launch a preemptive strike against a possible aggressor is of major concern when arms treaties are being debated. Preemptive.
Preemptive. P-R-E-M-P-T-I-V.
Correct. Obtrusive. Undesirably or unattractively noticeable or showy. The product placement in the show was so obtrusive that it made it hard for Josie to even watch. Obtrusive.
Obtrusive. O-B-T-R-U-S-I-V-E.
Correct. Incursion. and entering into a territory with hostile intention, a sudden invasion, a raid. The sleepy village was unprepared for the midnight incursion by the raiders. Incursion.
Incursion. I-N-C-U-R-S-I-O-N. Incursion.
Correct. Abstain. To withhold oneself from participation, to refrain voluntarily, to withhold oneself deliberately from an action. Sarah is such an animal lover that she chooses to abstain from eating meat. Abstain.
Abstain. O-B-S-T-A-I-N. Abstain.
Let's hear it for speller 18, third top in the county. Congratulations. Okay, now that the number of contestants has been reduced to 2, the elimination procedure changes. At this point, when one contestant misspells a word, the other contestant will be given an opportunity to spell the same word. If the second contestant spells that word correctly, plus the next word on the pronouncer's list, then the second contestant will be declared the champion. However, if one of the last 2 contestants misspells a word, and then the other contestant, after correcting the error, misspells the next new word, then the misspelled new word will be referred to the first speller. If the first speller then succeeds in correcting that error and correctly spells the next word on the pronouncer's list, he or she will be declared the champion. If both spellers misspell the same word, both will continue the contest, and the one who first misspelled the word will be given a new word to spell. The contest will then continue. Don't worry, we'll lead you through it. All right? Good luck to both of you.
Let's see, we're just going in the same order.
Okay.
So,
Papal. Of or relating to a pope. In 1145, Pope Eugene III issued a papal bull announcing the beginning of the Second Crusade. Papal.
Papal. P-A-P-E-L.
Papal. Of or relating to a pope. In 1145, Pope Eugene III issued a papal bull announcing the beginning of the Second Crusade. Papal.
Papal. P-A-E-P-L-E. Papal.
Just go down.
So we'll go to the next.
Okay. Okay.
Do you want, you know what, you can relax at this point since we have to tell us.
Oh, okay. Papal is P-A-P-A-L. Papal. Circumstantial. Belonging to, consisting of, influenced by, or dependent on conditions, facts, or events accompanying others. Circumstantial.
Circumstantial. C-I-R-C-U-M-S-T-A-T-I-A-L. Circumstantial.
Circumstantial. Belonging to, consisting of, influenced by, or dependent on conditions, facts, or events accompanying others. Circumstantial.
Circumstantial. C-I-R-C-U-M-S-T-A-N-T-I-A-L. Circumstantial.
Correct.
So now, yeah.
Okay, next word. Insinuation. Stealthy or indirect hinting or suggestion. Maria resented her mother's insinuation that she didn't help enough around the house. Insinuation.
Insinuation. INCENUATION. Insinuation.
Insinuation. Stealthy or indirect hinting or suggestion. Maria resented her mother's insinuation that she didn't help enough around the house. Insinuation.
Insinuation. INSUATION.
Which one, how to spell it?
Insinuation is INSINUATION. Insinuation. Microbes. Very minute organisms. Harmful microbes can cause diseases such as the common cold and chickenpox. Microbes.
Microbes. MICROBES. Microbes.
Correct. Ardent. Characterized by intensity, very strong or great. Henry is an ardent supporter of environmental causes. Ardent.
Ardent. ARDENT. Ardent.
Ardent. Characterized by intensity, very strong or great. Henry is an ardent supporter of environmental causes. Ardent.
Ardent. ARDENT. Ardent.
Correct. Orbital. Of or relating to a path described by a celestial body, an artificial satellite, or a spacecraft in its revolution around another body. Orbital.
Orbital. ORBITAL. Orbital.
Correct.
Oh, I do, but I would like to put names with numbers now. I need to grab that sheet. Let's hear it for our top two spellers in the district. Okay, number 6, taking second place is Jamie Cruchett from KC. And our champion speller this year is Ty Tanachin from Buffalo, 8th graders. Both 8th graders. Congratulations, spellers. Well, let's see. Now that concludes our B. What I would like to do, though, is have those